the new Zombies Christmas Calling event, a secret room on Dead of the Night, and another instance of Zombies community drama that I'm going to do my best to explain for you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your daily dose of Zombies news from the game and community here on COD Zombies HQ. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Let's get right into our first story. Zombies got its second seasonal event Calling today, launching first on PlayStation 4, with 4 successive challenges that reward players with more face paints. So hey, if you like customizing your Zombies characters with the face paints, there's 4 new ones that you can unlock during this Callings event season, but I'll be honest, it's kind of underwhelming. I was hoping that Treyarch would actually do something cool, like a Santa Claus hat for one of our characters or something like that, but it appears like that isn't the case. I thought it would be something much more interesting than just face paints, because when Jason Blundell and Craig Houston did their recent interview announcing DLC 1 Zombies, when Jason was asked about this Christmas Calling event, this is what he had to say.
Tell us about the winter callings.
I won't want to say too much about it, apart from it's for winter and there's more callings. That's all I'm going to say on that one.
He tends to only be super shifty when there's actually something cool worth being shifty about. Face paints ain't it, Chief. I'm hoping that there's more to this content stream that will be updated or maybe added later, but for now, hey, if you like face paints, the challenges are there. And moving on to our second story of the day, a new secret room was discovered within the new DLC 1 Zombies map, Dead of the Night. Its location is in the cemetery, right below this coffin in the graveyard. Now, I knew this secret room was here because when exploring outside of the map in theater mode, you can actually see some of the items that are located inside of this secret room. You can't actually see the walls of the secret room due to the way the game renders things, but I knew that there was a secret room here. You actually get a hidden weapon by unlocking this secret room called the Savage Impaler. Redditors Labjorn and Apex8 did a great job in explaining the steps for this. You can find it down in the description on their Reddit post. And now we get to talk about something that I wish I didn't have to, but I see a lot of people kind of just spreading hate to certain people in this community that is totally unnecessary and demonstrates that they don't understand what happened in the Zombies community during the main Easter egg hunt for Dead of the Night. So if you're not aware, let me break it down for you. Early in the morning, the day after the Dead of the Night Zombies map was released, this post was made to the COD Zombies Reddit entitled First, PSN Night ZZ. In the linked image, he shows that he's unlocked the trophy that you get for completing the main Easter egg in Dead of the Night, making him the first person that we know of to complete the Easter egg within the community. But all he posted was this screenshot, no actual footage of the Easter egg being done itself, so people were questioning whether he was legit or not. He responded in the comments asking why people were so aggressive towards him, wanting to provide proof and saying, "Lol, I don't need proof." Well, I was giving hints on Twitch. So that second part is where some members of the community are getting irrationally angry. So it seems like what Night ZZ did is after completing the Easter egg here, he went into the chat of an awesome zombie streamer, player, and person, Smart Guy 316, and started kind of giving hints about suggestions about what he should do for the next step. If you've ever been involved in the center of an Easter egg hunt like this, you know that when you're stuck on a step in an Easter egg, reading the chat is sometimes the best option because there's a collective of people that are pooling their knowledge, that are providing ideas for you to how to progress the Easter egg. So when Knights posted showing that he got the actual achievement for completing the main Easter egg and started to suggest some hints on what to do next from where their team was stuck at, the team of streamers and YouTubers decided to try some of the ideas that Knights was suggesting, and it seems like some of his suggestions were working on what to do for the next steps. Now, Knights was giving these steps pretty far into the Easter egg. Their team and the community has figured out a lot of the steps for the egg at this point. I saw some people saying that the Big Zombies YouTubers and streamers had all the Easter egg steps leaked to them beforehand. That is just totally ignorant and untrue of what happened. So Smart Guy and his team, which included Big Zombies YouTuber Mr. Raffle Waffles, ended up completing the main Easter egg first live on stream. The first people that were able to show exactly how you do it live on stream, they did it. They didn't really claim to be first in the world. They knew that there was some kind of funkery going on in the background here, that people have done it before, that there was a glitching queen video that posted the ending cutscene. So they knew something was rotten in the state of Denmark. That's why they weren't posting all over the place, first in the world and things like that. They didn't do that. But it turns out the likely course of events of what happened here stems back to a QA tester at Treyarch leaking the steps for this main Easter egg to his friend. In what I think is a very impressive show of detective work, the famous leaking group for Black Ops 4, the Woo Lads, tweeted out some information which kind of clears up this situation, where they said, quote, PSA, the person giving steps last night was not a QA tester at Treyarch, but someone who just so happens to be very good friends with a QA tester. Now, quick note here, I don't think that this is the same QA tester called Nobody Cares that leaked a whole bunch of stuff to Reddit. This seems to be a different QA tester. The tweet continues, their tweets together are frequent and go way back. QA frequently tagged his friend in official COD tweets with smirking emojis, etc. Obvious implications. The Woo Lads sourced their information by providing the Twitter links for both the Knights and the QA tester. I went ahead and did some digging into these accounts themselves, and they seem to confirm the Woo Lads' suspicions. These people obviously knew each other. The Twitter account of the QA tester clearly displayed that he was a QA tester at Treyarch. Judging by his tweets, you can tell that that was true. That QA tester has since deleted his Twitter account, but I went and looked at this stuff before he deleted it. I didn't get any screenshots, unfortunately, but it seems like the Woo Lads are telling the truth here, that they have good sources. Now, there's a couple takeaways here. Number one, you can't 100% prove that Knight ZZ had the steps leaked to him by his QA tester friend. That seems extremely likely, but it can't be 100% proven. And number two, and this is important, you can't blame anybody. You can't blame the content creators that were just following suggestions in the chat for anything that happened with this Easter egg. That is a process that is done for each and every single Easter egg hunt that has been done in Zombies in the last long time. When people say part of the fun of the Easter eggs in the Zombies community is that it is a community experience, this is partly of what they're talking about, that people can suggest things that have worked for them in their game, and then that can help progress another person's game, and then it kind of snowballs into people pooling their knowledge and moving forward with solving the Easter egg. In this case, it seems possible that this person had insider knowledge, but there's no way of knowing that from the outside looking in at this person just throwing out suggestions in the chat. If this whole story about the QA tester who leaked the Easter egg steps to his friend, who then went around and spread it to other people in the community, the blame solely lies on that QA tester himself, number one, and number two, the friend that was dumb enough to share that with the community, knowing that it would probably get his friend in trouble. I see people talking to Smart Guy and Mr. Raffle Waffle saying, you cheated to get the Easter egg. You had the steps told to you. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. That far into the Easter egg, which they got there through the help of the community by solving things themselves. There wasn't anything nefarious going on here where they were like, oh, maybe the leaker will give me the steps. Oh, that didn't happen, guys. The people making negative and rude comments about these content creators for what happened have this narrative in their head of events that transpired that didn't actually happen. So that was kind of long-winded. To make a long story short, a QA tester leaked steps for an Easter egg that he shouldn't have, and that seems to have resulted in slightly expediting the hunt for the main Easter egg in Dead of the Night. It is not any specific streamer's fault. They didn't get told all the steps to the main Easter egg beforehand. I reckon instead that this is a tale old as human existence. That is a tale of loose lips and trust in a friend gone awry. A sad story. Ultimately, I don't think that this affected the hunt too much. A lot of it wasn't spoiled by this guy. A lot of it was found out naturally. But yeah, I wanted to clear the air about this whole situation just because, again, I saw a lot of hate going around unnecessarily. That just boggles my mind. I said this over on Twitter. If you want to follow me, links down in the description. Love sharing the hot takes with you guys over there. But I have to say, even though that this whole release of DLC 1, I think we can agree, right, has been a complete mess, I'm glad it happened for DLC 1, a chaos map, and not something which, I don't know, I consider a main event, the main attraction of Black Ops 4, that is being the Ether maps in DLC 2, where I reckon the stakes and the excitement over that map and the stakes for solving the Easter egg go up much, much higher than just a regular old chaos map. But that wraps up the news today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to smash that thumbs up button down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more great zombies content to come. I do want to thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you with another zombies news video tomorrow. Peace.